Hey, basketball players, today I'm going to talk about basketball IQ, some of the rare situations that you might find yourself in as well, and how we can become smarter basketball players today. Let's get down and let's check out some of these skills that these NBA players have. Okay, so really quickly, this player from Sacramento, he is shooting a free throw shot with 4.5 seconds left on the clock. Now, his team is down by 2 points. So, in theory, what does he want to do? He's only got one more shot to take, and he's down by 2. Well, if he makes that shot, the team's going to get that ball out of bounds, and they're going to be able to inbound it. You're going to have to set up. You might not have any timeouts left. You need to set up some kind of a press defense to try and steal that ball. However, a lot of players will take the risky move, actually both are pretty risky either way, as to taking the shot purposefully missing and then trying to get that offensive rebound. Now, a lot of players will try to aim to hit it off the back of the rim. And this is something that I used to always do when I was a player as well. If I needed to try and get that ball back, I would actually try to hit that backboard first. And how I would do this, I'm going to tell you right now. Try to hit that side of the box line so that it bounces off the backboard, off the rim, and then back to you. And that works really well. It's worked pretty well for me. However, for him, he actually hit the front of the rim. And that's another way that you could do it. And that is to hit the front of the rim. And all he did was just hit the front of the rim, and it bounces back, and then he's able to go in for that layup. Both ways work, all three ways work, but hitting it off the back of the rim is a bit more risky and usually pops up a bit higher, so it's harder to get that ball back. So keep that in mind. So here we have a player who is driving on the Golden State Warriors. He's driving, and now he goes up for that layup, but on the defensive side, this player from Golden State blocks the shot. Now, when he blocks that shot, that ball could have just easily went out of bounds. This player could have also got that rebound and passed it to this player. However, obviously he's not facing that way, and it's really risky to try to save the ball when you're on or in your defensive area of the court. You don't want to save it to a player who may be on the offensive side. Let's face it, this player is ready to jump in. So what does he do? He throws it off that player. And this is something that you can do. However, I'm going to tell you right now, don't aim for the face. It's a technical in most cases. You can aim for the body. That works sometimes, but again, you could be called for a flagrant foul. What you want to try and do is aim for the legs. However, how I would say is first option is legs, second option is body. Stay away from the head. So right now we are going to be watching LeBron James getting an offensive rebound. Now when you're getting an offensive rebound, what you want to do is obviously try to get it with two hands, but if it's outstretched, if you can't grab it with two hands, you're going to go up with one hand. It's not as secure as two hands, but if it's too far out of your hands and you can only get one hand on it, and you do have a player who's closer towards the rim, why grab it and bring it down to land with it and then go back up for a shot when you could just easily hit it towards that player? And I've done this on the defensive end as well. Try to get a ball out, basically passed out to the outlet player, and of course coaches on the defensive side will not like that, I'm going to tell you right now, but on the offensive side you can do that, and that's what we see here. So basically, as we can see, it's just outstretched one hand. He notices that he can pass it down towards that low post, Anthony Davis, and Davis is able to go in for that massive slam. Now, if you're a center taking a free throw shot and you need a couple of points on the board before, of course, the game is over, and you've got a pretty good three-point shooter out on the perimeter, you should probably talk to this player first and tell him, hey, this is what we're going to do. Get in position. It's going to you. Now, what we see here is he's going to take that shot. It's going to hit the front of the rim. Now, when it hits the front of the rim, instead of him going back up for it, because of course, he's not exactly the greatest shooter of all time. Neither is Westbrook, but at least Westbrook has a better percentage. He kicks it out to Westbrook, and Westbrook's able to drain that three. Now, I'm not too sure if this was on purpose, but if it was, this is a ridiculously smart move. This is something that you usually see maybe once or twice as a youth basketball coach, maybe every 5 to 10 years. You'll see it once or twice. And basically what we see here is a possible fake tying of shoes in a full court press on the weak side. Weak side being non-ball side. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to be pressing that ball, trying to force them towards that sideline, and they're going to pass that ball towards the middle player right here. Well, what he's thinking right now is one of two things. Either he doesn't see this player, or he thinks this player is basically out of the play. He's trying to get his shoe back on, tied, or whatever it may be. So he passes towards that middle player, and as soon as that pass releases from his hands, this player stands up, and then he goes and cuts off that pass. Now, I'm not too sure if this was an on-purpose play. However, I have seen quite a few coaches who actually teach their players who play at the mid-court, if you're on the opposite side of the ball, to act like you're tying your shoes. And occasionally, this strategy actually works, and it surprises me every single time. But I just thought I would mention that when I seen this play. I hope that these strategies help you become a better basketball player and team. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time.